Hello everybody, so today we will be reviewing something on my channel that I feel like I don't teach enough about, and that will be a fire sprinkler. So I went over a little bit about what a fire sprinkler was a few years ago in one of my videos, but I feel like I never really gave a review that really went in depth about what a fire sprinkler is, how it works, the different parts of the fire sprinkler. So figured today I would be going over that and giving some information and how they work. So this is basically a fire sprinkler. Fire sprinklers are used in many different buildings. Actually, a lot of buildings that are built today are required to have a sprinkler system installed. Basically, what a sprinkler does, or the system, is you have many different sprinklers connected to a pipe on the ceiling that contains water, and the water sits in there. Sometimes the pipes have to be replaced because you won't get enough. Like the pipes will start to rust because if you don't have fires, then I mean it's a good thing, but generally they're replaced. But the water that comes out of fire sprinklers is usually very dirty and gross, but it does the job. It gets the fire out, and even if it doesn't get it out completely, it does save a lot of the building or property or whatever you put it in, until the firemen get on scene and are able to put the fire out. And it's another safety device that is useful for extinguishing a fire besides a fire extinguisher. If a fire extinguisher isn't anywhere nearby, if there's a sprinkler system, then generally it extinguishes the fire. So I'm just going to go over a few of the parts of the sprinkler. So on the top, this is what attaches to the pipe. So you just kind of screw this in and then it's attached. And then in the center here, that's that's a rod. It's filled with fluid, and when it's exposed to heat, it melts. So let's say that there's smoke or a fire nearby. As long as there's heat, what it will do is this middle piece will actually melt, and that's what allows the water to come out once this piece melts. So once that is exposed to heat, it melts, it lets the water out. I've heard a lot of rumors in the past that if one sprinkler goes off, it's not like in the movies. If one sprinkler goes off, all of them don't go off at the same time. So basically what happens if they would all have to separate, like I said, each fire sprinkler has this part in the middle that melts. So they would all have to melt at separate times in order for them to activate. So we're not going to go over how it works today because I don't have a replacement for this part right here, but and then plus I like to just keep it in my collection for display. But yeah, generally it's up on a ceiling and then it melts and it lets the water out. So it's a very it's a really great safety device to use. It saved many lives. It saved billions and billions of dollars in property. It does do water damage, but would you rather have water damage or fire damage? I would personally, I would much rather have my things destroyed by water rather than fire. So that's what makes them beneficial. And they, like I said, they extinguish fires until the firemen get on scene, and they saved many lives. Generally, they're connected to a fire alarm system, so you have water flow alarms. Generally, those are outside. If one of those are activated, then it usually activates the fire alarm system as well. It's all connected, so if there's a sprinkler activation somewhere in the building, it will set off the alarms because once the sprinkler goes off, it sends a signal to all the alarms in the panel and all, to that whole system, And in a real emergency, there would have to be a fire. In order for a sprinkler to activate, there would have to be we would have to assume there's a fire in the building. So it'll activate the alarms, everyone evacuates, and then firemen come in, they find out where the activation of the sprinkler was, and if there's a fire, then they're able to extinguish the rest of the fire. So just wanted to go over that. I found them sitting in my collection and I never really did a review. So this is a fire sprinkler. So hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that, and then I will see you in the next video.